Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at game number 4 between E.G. DeMusliM and Empire viOLet. Right now, DeMusliM up 2-1 against viOLet. Last game was a pretty good game. It was pretty fun to watch, pretty fun to commentate. Most importantly, it was just a good quality game. A nice back and forth between the two players. Neither one seemed in an incredibly advantageous position, except for when DeMusliM started knocking out bases. He knocked out 3 expansions in a row, and at that point, DeMusliM pretty much had the game. You know, you lose your economy in this game, and that's pretty much it. This time we're on the map Dual Site. Spawning in the right-hand position is our blue Terran player, E.G. DeMusliM. And then over here in the far left-hand position, we've got Empire viOLet as our red Zerg player. Alrighty. So, scouting drone now moving out here pretty early for viOLet. Again, we in the first 2 games, we saw some, fairly interesting openings from DeMusliM. First we saw the 2 racks, and then we saw the proxy racks Reaper opening. And I'm pretty sure that viOLet is concerned about that type of aggression, especially on this map. Dual Site, pretty small. I feel like it's the new Steps of War. If you guys don't remember Steps of War, try to find some games on that map. That map was ridiculous. So small, such a tiny, tiny map. And with that, early aggression was king. I mean, that was the day where 6 pools were happening all the time. This was during the beta and early release. And yeah. Again, I've said it before, I've shared my sentiments about those small maps and early aggression, and I'll repeat it. I kind of miss that, at least somewhat. Not every game, but some games I like to see that. And actually, because of that, I've been a little entertained so far this series. I really like that Proxy Reaper game. Nice and quick, very action-packed, nothing dull for the first 7 minutes as you typically get in macro-focused games. But back over here. Again, expansion coming out for viOLet has gone Expo first before coming out with his spawning pool indoor extractor. DeMusliM getting his refinery, actually finishing that wall off as well, trapping in the drone. As a result, viOLet's going to be like, you know what, fine, I will steal your gas. Or at least delay you from getting a second gas, and that is exactly what he's doing. SCV Scout now finally also moving out here for DeMusliM. He'll be heading straight to viOLet's base to see what the heck he's doing. Let's see if he's going to do that cancel and rebuild trick. Wow, there it is. So he does, and doesn't get to rebuild, unfortunately, as the SCV gets the kill. You know, if a single SCV gets a kill, he should automatically get ranked up, because how often are SCVs getting kills? Come on. Why is he still a recruit? All these other SCVs do nothing but mining. He killed a man. Where is he? I don't know where he went. He's still mining. He should be building the building. DeMusliM coming out with an expansion over here. Sometimes I just talk gibberish. DeMusliM coming out with an expansion. He's opened up with that 1 racks and refinery. That means we're going to see a factory and likely some opening Hellion harass from him. Not quite enough to get that reactor yet, so that's going to be a little delayed if he is going to get it at all. SCV scouting the main, seeing pretty standard stuff. Keep in mind, viOLet is still on the gas, has yet to start that metabolic boost, as he got that extractor a little bit later this game, focusing on getting his hatchery and pool out first. Ling's pulling on forward, engaging SCV, the DeMusliM's SCV, and forcing him back to the main. Metabolic boost now just started here for viOLet, down to just 1 guy on the extractor, focusing on droning up for the time being. Maybe even seeing a spine crawler, and maybe an extractor over here as well. All sorts of things, all sorts of possibilities. Here comes a creep tumor as well. You don't always see creep spread this early. You know, he opted out of the inject when that queen popped to get the creep spread. But again, the creep spread means more vision. It means you can see and spot that aggression earlier. And because we will be seeing double Hellions on, that's going to help him a lot. You can see right now, fully aware of the fact, trying to sneak on up and get under that factory. However, that is prevented there by DeMusliM. So given the fact that we're going to be seeing Hellions early on, this was perfect here for viOLet, because he's going to start that creep spread, and he's going to be seeing those Hellions with plenty of time. Further out that creep gets, the more in advance he knows about those Hellions, and the better off he's going to be. Macro hatch gets dropped over here, and look at this, funneling Hellions into this position or over here, and he's got plenty of time to see them ahead of time with that creep spread. Great decision making there by viOLet. Also pulling back with those Lings, which are just about to be Speedlings, and we will be seeing a 3rd queen come out. That's building right now, and that's going to be exclusively for creep spread, and or a 3rd whenever that comes down at some point. Taking a look back over here for DeMusliM, let's see his opening here. Hellion, supply block, supply block, supply block. Supply block about to be lifted. After that, we'll be seeing some more Hellions come out. DeMusliM saturating his main right now with that expansion and orbital command finished. And we have got some siege tanks with siege tech coming on through. So Hellion tank opening. Look at that. Of course, we can spot 2 factories. Gonna be mech style play here from DeMusliM. No blue flame this time though. Again, it is going to be Hellion tank to start out. Of course, the concern is that he doesn't have a lot of anti-air, but he's assuming that he's going to be doing some damage, economic damage with these Hellions, and subsequently delaying any mutas that would come out. That's the plan anyways. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if that makes its way to fruition. Is that the right word? I believe so. Another spine getting placed down, really focusing on this kind of a semi-wall, but funneling Hellions, and actually gets 2 shots off on that one Hellion, forcing him back, continuing up his creep spread here. He is fully prepared for any Hellion aggression. He is all set right now. More tanks coming out. Siege Tech just finishing right now. More Hellions also coming through. 2 refineries in the main. Nothing there at the natural yet. And again, unfortunately for DeMusliM, he's got a whole lot of Hellions, but not doing any damage. He might try to push his way through, just force his way through the opening here. And the fact, even though he'd be taking damage from the spines and the queens, still just try to get in and try to kill off some workers. He's going to be firstly checking that third, spotting that it's not there. Is he going to make his push? Moving on down, forcing a cancel, most likely. There it is. Forcing a cancel of that spine. Actually kills off the drone before he can try to rebuild it. Queen pushing forward. Look, he just got hit by like 30 Hellions, and he's like, ugh, I didn't lose much health at all. Hellions are terrible. Hellions are terrible against anything other than light units, and against those light units, they are beast. Yes, they are. Armory coming on through, so we will be going Hellion Tank Thor. Full-on mech play here from DeMusliM this game. We've got some Speelings preparing to push out for a counterattack. Ooh, scan on the backside, spots a creep tumor, kills it off. He's gonna try to get us around here. Hellions get by a little bit though. He pins a few of them in the corner, takes them out. Just be careful about chasing. Once the Hellions get in front of you, you can't get us around, and chasing them becomes very ineffective. Decides to pull them back. That's a wise move. Again, once they get in front of you, it's really kind of a lost cause at that point. Just let them go. Unless you vastly outnumber them, you're just going to be taking hefty losses. Burrow research coming out. More Lings. Melee attack level 1. Carpus attack level 2. And a Spire. Lots going on here for viOLet. At the same time, Armory just now finishing for DeMusliM, so we will start to see those Thors come into play. Just needs to get those before those mutas start to come out, and he'll be all set. I'm interested in that Burrow research. Does he have? He doesn't even have a Baneling nest. If we saw a Baneling nest, I'd love to see some more burrowed Banelings. Those are just always so much fun to watch. Hellions pushing out to the center of the map, getting map control. He's got some free Zergling kills here. viOLet again, just a little too outnumbered there. Doesn't stand a chance against those Hellions, even with just a little bit of micro. Hellions now pushing down. Now we do see viOLet attempting to expand over here. He's got all these Lings, with 20 about to pop. Now, he's going to be taking a little bit of damage there. What he needs to try to do is get the Hellions from the backside, right over here, and push him from the other angle as well. If he can do that, he can try to get us around and take him out. And here he goes, attempting to push on in. DeMusliM on top of it, though. Pulls back just in time and roasts those Lings with the micro. Oh, son. So effective. So effective. Again, you know, if he was there for another second or two, he would have gotten fully surrounded and unable to move. However, DeMusliM spotting that just in time and pulling back immediately allowed him to just lay waste to those Lings. So great job there by DeMusliM. You can see he is ahead right now as DeMusliM has lost more resources so far this game. Thor's just about to pop. Muta's just about to pop as well. So both players apparently in sync in terms of their units and their counter units, I guess we can call them. Scan checking those Zerglings. Also going to spot the mutas. Now he is fully aware that mutas are coming out. Mutas heading their way towards that main, the back of the main. We got 2 Thors on guard there. Hellions checking up here, and he will spot those mutas as they continue to push. He is fully aware, not only that they're here, but where they're coming from. So he is really all set. 3 Thors, yeah. Muta's not going to stand much of a chance. Couple Lings over here. Lings also scouting in a burrow position. Burrow Ling checking and delaying that third. This is where the likely third position is going to be for our Terran player DeMusliM. And this burrow Ling will delay that from happening, forcing a scan and forcing units to come down to kill it off. Continuing up that creep spread over here. Oh, takes a little bit of damage over here as a Hellion attack pushes on over. Not too much though. Only 7 workers killed, so that wasn't that devastating of a push. Muta's now moving up here. We'll be trying to injure this refinery. Doubt he's going to kill it, though. We got Thors coming down. Oh, is he going to get it? No SCV repairs because he doesn't want to lose any from that splash damage. Muta's microed into Thors. Ouch. That hurts. viOLet definitely did not mean to do that. That was not intentional at all. Now he will be delaying. Oh, DeMusliM saying 3-0. Ooh. Oh, DeMusliM. Bad manners, my friend. Bad manners indeed. DeMusliM is up 2-0 after losing. Did he lose game number 1? Or am I being silly? No, he won game number 1. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. My brain hurts. Anyway, Speedling's pushing up, killing off a few SCVs. Just one. And then he dies to Hellions and Thors. DeMusliM sitting in quite a strong position, apparently. Burrowed Baneling's getting taken care of. Doesn't really work when he sees you burrowing them. That's a problem. Also, that Zergling that is burrowed gets taken care of. Mutas takes some splash damage from the Thors, push back. DeMusliM able to land his third. Taking a look at vision right here. No counter harass going on in the form of Hellion harassed expansions. Mutas, though, are doing some damage over here. Trying to get a few SCV kills before those Thors get within range. Take another look here. Roaches pushing up. Gonna try to kill off that Thor. Gets it. Kills the Thor, pushes back. He lost a few roaches. I count at least 3 bodies. I'll take 3 roach losses to killing off 1 Thor, but if he lost too many more than that, that may have not been worth it. I'd like to actually know the exact conversion rate. Would it be like 5 roaches or something? 5 roaches to a Thor? That sounds about fair. I'm not sure resource-wise, though. I'm not going to do the math either. You can do it. Do it in the comments below. Thank you. Got a bunch of Infestors coming out. Infestor Roach is a transition here for viOLet. Neural Parasite, that's going to help him a lot with those Thors and tanks. Being able to grab those bad boys, very, very helpful. Really what he needs to do against this hefty mech army. Otherwise, he's going to have a huge problem. Major issue with that, though, is that, you know, as long as DeMusliM is on top of using his tanks to target fire down those Infestors, you have a very difficult time dealing with that mech army. So it really comes down to how the engagement plays out. But I guess that's how it always is. We got an expansion over here. Another Roach counterattack. It drops the Thor. And we'll move on in and try to do some economic damage here. And he's going to chill down low with those Roaches and then push up in the main with these. This could be a very effective attack here, as he's got a great opportunity to kill off quite a few SCVs, pulling as far in as possible to stay away from those Thors and tanks that are making their way on up. What's he killed off so far? 15 workers killed so far this game. viOLet trying to get himself. Now these are sacrificial, so he needs to do as much damage as possible. For example, killing off a supply depot with a supply drop on it, that's a good thing. Pulling back and splitting up his roaches, also helping burrowing those roaches. That is fantastic. He's gonna force scans over here. That is beautiful. I love it. Forcing scans, he loses the roaches, but wasting scans, wasting energy for DeMusliM, and at the same time, we got a push coming right over here. He has to contend with that planetary, though. This is going to be difficult. We'll be getting right up on it, and let's see it. Oh, my gosh. Is he going to drop it very close? Yeah, he gets it. He gets the planetary before the mass SCV repair can come into effect. Dropping that was huge for viOLet. Absolutely tremendous. He's going to take out a few turrets while he's at it, open it up for some future Muta harass. We got Hive Tech coming out, additional expansions coming out over here as well. Now, viOLet, he appears to be doing very well right now. You still have to worry about that giant mech push, though. That is a concern. More roaches sneak up into the main. Oh, viOLet. viOLet setting himself up for success here, dropping that expo. Roaches in the main continuing to do damage. Now at 46 workers killed. viOLet doing so much damage. But here comes the big mech push, and this is what viOLet needs to focus on right now. He needs to stop this from wiping the floor with him. He needs to stop it from killing him. Nice fungo there on some of those Hellions. We're going to see some neural parasites. Also got to push up roaches over here, and roaches still in his main as well. No neural parasites. Oh my gosh, yeah, I think he grabbed a few there, able to kill off a few tanks. These roaches over here still doing a ton of damage. He's going to be taking out this expansion. All these roaches in the main. DeMusliM is about to lose everything. This push needs to kill him. DeMusliM getting pretty low right now. He's only got a few tanks. He's got a ton of these Thors, though, and that's going to help him out tremendously. Now, we do still have those Infestors to drop some neural parasites. Again, these roaches just laying waste to everything. DeMusliM, his main is gone right now. He could just lift everything off. Yeah, he's going to start to lift off right now. Starting to lift off some of his stuff. More roaches about to pop. Also, ooh, look at that. Got some speed upgrade for those Overlords. No transport, though. But the speed upgrade will allow him to scout these floating buildings, and look at this, DeMusliM floating everything. He's gonna just try to hide his buildings in the corner, so we're gonna need to see some air units here from viOLet to take that out. He doesn't have anything at the moment. Ooh, he needs something, otherwise he's gonna be in trouble if DeMusliM attempts to actually just float those around. Got burrowed and infested over here, roaches again. They have got this in the bag. So we should focus over here on this engagement. Still got these infestors. Is he gonna try to grab that or what? Pulling down with a roach. There it is, grab it. There you go, kill off a bunch of those SCVs, why don't you? Fungal growth, that's beautiful. So have all these Thorsian tanks over here, and viOLet is smiling right now. DeMusliM not too happy. Still have all these roaches pulling on down. It looks like viOLet has won the game here. Roach is pulling up, he's grabbing the Thor. Now again, we still have viOLet with an expansion over here, over here, over here, and over here. He's coming out with a Spire as well. He's about to lose his main, but he's trying to get a lot of that back over here, coming out with that layer. Does he have a spawning pool? He's got a Roach Warren over here. Not gonna bother with the spawn. Oh, there it is. Gonna come out with that spawning pool over there. DeMusliM still has his forces, but that's about it. Not a lot going on over here for DeMusliM. The other thing too is DeMusliM's income is nothing. He's got that one mule mining, and that's about it. So we got some nice strong income for viOLet. He's gonna be able to continue to build stuff here. He's almost got that layer. That's about halfway finished right now. DeMusliM still moving across the map. He needs to be careful with those infestors. viOLet, please. Pulls back with the infestors. Loses one, almost lost a second. That would have been really bad. Definitely wants to hang on to those. He still has a lot of roaches though. DeMusliM is gonna stick through here. A couple of roaches pull over, force the lift off. That's a huge headache, and we still got roaches over here. DeMusliM won't be mining anytime soon. There are the neural parasites and roaches pushing forward. Now those infestors get dropped immediately, so he's gonna push back with those roaches. Doesn't really want to walk up on those entrenched siege tanks there. Push now, moving his way into his, I'm gonna call this his main now. This is currently his main because he has a layer over there. He's coming out with a few more roaches. He needs to be so careful walking into those siege tanks. So roaches over here doing some damage. He's gonna prevent the drop over here of those buildings. So again, DeMusliM won't be mining at all anytime soon. He's got 2 SCVs, 5 Hellions, 7 Thors, and 6 siege tanks. That's exactly what we have for DeMusliM right now. Now viOLet down to this mining base and this mining base, rebuilding that Roach Warren. Hellions trying to push up. Got the spines doing some damage. Queens are going to come down as well. Now he's going to actually kill off a lot of these workers. That is really good for DeMusliM as he's trying to ensure a victory here. He's about to push on viOLet's one of his 2 remaining mining bases. Now viOLet has got a ton of resources. He just needs to get that tech up. He just needs that Roach Warren to finish so he can build some roaches. He's got the supply, he's got the resources. Build those roaches. We got 11 roaches coming out, none of which are going to be down here as he realizes he's about to lose this. Not coming out with anything from that Spire, deciding he doesn't need it, at least for now. Again, he's still got all those resources in the bank, so he's got plenty of breathing room. I can't imagine right now that he's freaking out too much because he knows he's got so many resources. He's got drones. He can continue to drop expansions all over the map. He's still got all these roaches. He's just going to get those roach numbers higher and higher. And DeMusliM, with very few resources, can't exactly repair a ton. So it's just going to be about viOLet finding the correct time to engage. We'll be pushing forward, finally able to drop this, and is going to start mining again over here. Got a ton more roaches coming through. Let's take a look at the count here. Ooh, that's not what I need. It's 54 roaches in play. Army supply, viOLet, incredibly far ahead. Now, that doesn't take away from the power of these mech units. Very strong, especially those entrenched siege tanks. It's a huge concern. We got a scouting racks moving out here for DeMusliM as they will be attempting to spot any expansions that viOLet has currently. We got 2 bases up and running with a 3rd base also coming through. And he's just sticking with Roach. Now, what do we have for upgrades? We're 2-1 here for upgrades. DeMusliM is 2-1 as well. So both players 2-1. Armor 2, weapons 1, and that is the case for both. I really like that, actually. Coming down with the Overseer and dropping a Contaminate on there. Preventing those SCVs from building. A couple of roaches here will be killing off the supply depots. That certainly hurts DeMusliM. He's actually going to get supply blocked from this one getting dropped here. That forces him to recreate new ones just to get any units. So it has all these burning buildings over here. More and more roaches coming out. Again, I certainly feel like viOLet has this game right now. He's just waiting for the proper time to engage, and he probably just doesn't want to walk up on those tanks. And DeMuslim's thinking, maybe I can do this. The problem right now, though, the biggest problem is that viOLet has total map control. You know, DeMusliM really can't push out at this point in the game. Look at that. I mean, well, this is obviously a huge problem as well. viOLet 200 to 200, DeMusliM 58 of 54. Now 62 of 62. But yeah, viOLet in the clear advantage right now. Map control allows him to just continue to expand, which is something that DeMusliM can't do right now at all. He's forced to stay entrenched here with those forces. Yeah, boy, tanks caught out of position. Here come the roaches. Gonna snipe off a few Thors as the tanks finally get up siege mode. Roaches pulling up, mopping up everything, and DeMusliM calls the GG. Alright guys, that was game number 4, going to viOLet as he is able to best DeMusliM in a base trade scenario. Great work there by both players, great game all around. Thank you guys for watching. That was game 4. We'll be moving on to game number 5 in just one moment. We are tied up 2-2. Next game will be the last in the series. I'll see you guys soon.